Hi, I'm Bill Borden, Corporate Vice President of Microsoft's Worldwide Financial Services. I'm here with Simon Paris, CEO of Finastra. Simon, thank you so much for joining me today. An efficient digital financial services ecosystem has never been more important. And Simon, you've been at the forefront with vision and passion thinking about this. And today I'm really excited because we're announcing a multi-year collaboration to reimagine the way financial institutions, banks, and credit unions, with the power of all the technology that you and Finastra are building, and what we at Microsoft and Azure are building to implement real, sustainable, and open finance. So, Simon, tell me how our work together will continue to help kind of fuel innovation, not only for you at Finastra, but for your customers in the financial services space.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. So one of the words used there is open. And what we think about in Finastra is that the future of finance is open. Now, as you embark on that journey towards open finance, you need to choose your partners wisely and carefully. So as we thought about the partnership, we cared deeply about the ethos of the company that we were going to be partnering with. Did they have the same values and the same objectives? And were they looking to achieve the same around the world? And our vision very much dovetails with yours. Ours is to unlock the power of people and businesses everywhere through or by becoming the #1 open platform for innovation and financial services. So we congealed on that point, which is the opportunity to make the world open for finance. And what does that mean? It means open ecosystem, open standards, open architecture, open APIs, open culture, open in all of its meanings. And when we partnered with Microsoft, we found that, and we found it deeply. So this is not just about a 3-cloud multi-year deal. It's about the close proximity engagement of our product teams, of our engineering teams, of our go-to-market teams, of our co-solutioning. It really is what we would call a next-generation partnership. And we're delighted by the work that's got us to this point.
No, that's exciting to hear. Our firms have worked together for quite some time and work quite effectively, helping you to think through your technology platforms and how you serve your customers and how those customers of yours serve their customers. And Simon, you've mentioned openness and you've mentioned bringing core solutions and innovation to this industry. And so what does the cloud mean in that formula for you? And why is it so important to your business and to your customers?
Yeah, and part of the answer to that, Bill, I think is in your question, and you use some very beautiful words. So what Microsoft is doing very well with us and for us is helping us bridge from the past to the future. We work in mission-critical software, mission-critical applications that are the backbone of the world's financial system. So evolution, not revolution. However, having said that, we need to work at pace, and innovation needs to be deployed and consumable at pace. Now, all of these things can be achieved with Azure. So we work with Azure not just as cloud, but also the potential for Azure Stack, if people want to make private or hybrid cloud, as well as all the capabilities that you give us around Dynamics and Power Apps and API management and some of the data share capabilities. So it's not cloud per se, it's the whole endeavor about how we help customers sweat their existing assets, bridge to that future, embrace open, consume innovation at a pace that they can tolerate. And it's a win-win-win. So yeah, delighted.
And you've mentioned pace and you've referenced speed. And so in today's environment, with obviously what we've gone through globally with the pandemic, things have changed in this industry that has typically been a little bit slower to move down that technology curve. So Simon, what are you seeing about the pace of change and the acceleration and use of technology?
Yeah, so the phrase we use internally is that COVID-19 has brought the future forward. And perhaps one incredible illustration of that has been actually in the United States, which obviously, like many countries around the world, has been significantly impacted by both COVID-19 as well as large and rising unemployment. So if you look at the US and the drive towards the Payment Protection Plan and the CARES Act and the SBA program, we had to write and then deploy software in literally a weekend that would allow the PPP process to be executed completely digitally and at scale. And as we did that, we realized that we needed to embrace the ecosystem, so capabilities like e-signature and e-notary could be added on. And we could do that because it was cloud first, because it was cloud centric, because it was open to those fintechs. And we were delighted to play our role in the PPP and executed more than 100,000 loans in record time by partnering with Microsoft deeply.
Yes, and working in partnership with you during that period showed us internally at Microsoft as well around our ability to work fast. We learned more than ever helping many industries, particularly the first responder industry in this space, move quickly. And we in turn found our abilities to do things quicker and faster. And we certainly were excited about our ability to partner with you on those solutions that you were just referencing to bring to market quickly. So thank you for that. And could you talk a little bit more about how our teams engaged on that? Because we did come together based on a reach out from your team, sharing your vision and sharing the need that you were focused on. And can you talk a little bit about the importance of the partnership that we helped you with there?
Absolutely. So taking the first part to begin, so you asked about how we engage together. Where I take my hat off to the Microsoft folks is you focus resolutely on our vision and our mission and what was enabling or slowing us down from achieving that. It was never around consumption. It was never around my cloud is better than the other person's cloud. It was always on what are you striving to achieve, what is slowing you down, what would help you go faster, and how can Microsoft support.
Simon, you've talked about your applications moving to the cloud, your core applications, but you've also been expressing the importance of your platform strategy moving to the cloud. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. And this is the single most important transformative play in my company. So as you said, we started out as a mission critical applications provider, core applications for financial institutions around the world. We work across the world with you folks in payments, in treasury, in capital markets, in lending, in digital, in retail banking. We're an applications company. But when we looked in the mirror of introspection, we started to realize that not all of the world's innovation comes from us. So what if we could ignite it? What if we could enable it? And that led to our platform strategy, which is hosted and run on Microsoft Azure, called FusionFabric.cloud. So www.FusionFabric.cloud. That platform on Azure invites the world's innovators, whoever they are, individual developers, bank developers, ISVs, fintechs, systems integrators, universities, to build their innovations on top of our platform to consume those core applications underneath. And that has enabled a whole fintech revolution, which we're delighted is bringing more and more developers, more and more fintechs to the Azure platform and on top of the Finastra cores.
No, that's excellent. And I'm sure you're finding a desire and a need for that developer community to look for ways to innovate in this space. And so are you finding the uptick of that solution to be well understood in the developer community? And are you finding the developer community are seeking the solution out?
Yeah, great question. So simplicity is the nature of the game. So FusionFabric.cloud allows developers to do three things: create an application, deploy an application, and monetize an application on the marketplace. So what do they find when they get there? They find the 150 APIs, RESTful open APIs connected to the core systems. They find the core samples, they find the data sets, they find the sandbox, all of this priced free of charge so they can play and make their innovations and then publish them in the manner that they see fit. So yes, we now have thousands of developers registered. We have multiple applications live and being consumed. And we think we're at the start of a gigantic hockey stick.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the opportunities for our two companies to continue to work together to help digitally transform the financial services industry and bring leading edge solutions to bear, to bring solutions to customers and to allow these guys and our customers jointly to create products and services for their customers, because that's what's changing the industry. So I'm really excited about the partnership, Simon. Thank you so much for sharing your perspectives and vision with us today. And we're super excited about what's ahead of us together.
Thank you, Bill. It's been great working with you and the whole Microsoft team. Go well.